Chadwick Whitlow, 18,341, or is that 391? Charged with furnishing prohibited articles. Do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Yes, sir. I'm a public defender.
Okay. Have you filled out an application yet?
No, sir.
Well, fill it out, and I'll have you return on September 20th at 10 o'clock for arraignment and attorney status.
Yes, sir.
You may stand aside. Thank you. State versus Jason Chorba, 18,389. Charged with theft of property. Good morning. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I'm going to need to fill out an application.
Fill out your application, turn it in, reappear on September 20th at 10 o'clock for attorney status and arraignment. Thank you, sir. John French, 18,387, charged with theft by receiving. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
You going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Fill out an application. I'll have you reappear on September 20th at 10 o'clock for arraignment and attorney status.
Thank you, sir.
Colton King, 18,386. Theft by receiving. Who's your lawyer, sir?
No.
Don't have one?
No, sir.
You're going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Well, to the extent we still have a public defender's office, fill out an application, reappear before Judge Webb on September 13th at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
State versus Ross Tweedy, 18,388. Charged with possession of controlled substances, paraphernalia. You have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I make application to public defender.
Okay. Pick up an application, fill it out and turn it in, reappear before Judge Webb on September 13th at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
You may stand aside. State versus Derek Burrell, 18,385, 18,194. Good morning.
Morning, John.
Do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, are you going to use the public defender's office, you think?
Yes, sir.
Fill out your application, turn it in, and I'll have you reappear on September 20th at 10 o'clock for arraignment and attorney status in 18,385. You also have 18,194. Let me look at that. Have you reappear before Judge Webb on 18,194 on September 13th at 9:30.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. State versus Eric Gunter, 18,377. Furnishing prohibited articles. Looks like you've entered a plea of not guilty, sir. File reflects you're going to hire a lawyer. Who have you hired to be your lawyer?
I'd like to hire Andrew Bailey if I could. I filled out the paperwork for the public defender.
Okay.
It wasn't returned, I said, Your Honor.
When did you turn it in?
I just turned it in last night.
Okay. Well, if you qualify, I'll appoint public defender's office to represent you.
with the set up the trial judge. I believe he's awaiting transport to DSC, so we'll try to get this resolved as quickly as possible.
Okay,
Is there any way I could ask for like a bond reduction, just in case if I go to ADC, I could somehow be able to bond out on this or something?
we'll take that up later. Now's really not the time to take that up. I'll have you reappear for attorney status on September 20th at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you. State versus Joseph Kinsinger, 18365, forgery, theft. Sir, I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you.
Yes, sir.
You've already entered a plea of not guilty. Your trial's on March 4th next year, 9 o'clock.
All right, can I try and get a bond reduction then, or is that?
Let me look. $2,500.
500? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State versus Russell Young, 11257. You Russell Young?
Yes.
Sir, I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. We'll enter a plea of not true to this petition to revoke your suspended sentence. Set your hearing down for September 20th at 10 o'clock, or soon thereafter as the court can get to it.
Okay.
Okay, that's all we can do right now. Thank you.
All right.
Mark Dorman, 18209. Drug paraphernalia, drugs and firearms, other drug-related charges.
Your Honor, Mr. Dorman did not appear on August 23rd. He has shared with me he had an injured foot that day and wasn't able to make it to court. He lives in Cotter. It's my understanding from his bondsman that his bondsman, Mr. Brown, would agree to stay on the bond. Now, he has stepped out of the courtroom, but if he will continue to do so and put that in writing, I'd ask the court to authorize his release on his existing bond.
Did he seek medical attention?
Judge, I don't know.
Did you seek medical attention for your foot?
Yes.
Well, okay, give me something from your doctor. I'll take a look at it.
Yes, the Joe brought me to the hospital that night.
Well,
Judge, according to my information, this gentleman failed to appear on June 28th, and he failed to appear on August the 24th. Is he saying he was in jail on August 24th?
It might have been a scheduling issue at our office for the June date, but he certainly had notice on the August date.
Can you give us some medical information on August 24th?
Mark, I'll be in touch with you. We'll need to get some medical information and submit that to the court.
Okay. The Joe did take me to the emergency room that night.
well, in the meantime, I'll send him a $1,500 cash bond, and y'all can check on that. And if he's got a good reason for not being here, I'll change that.
Very well, Judge.
Brett Reed, 16-79. Where do we stand on this?
Judge, that's for change of plea to true. With recommendation, Mr. Reed will go to the Department of Correction for 3 years.
Okay. Sir, there's been a petition filed to revoke your suspended sentence. Have you gone over that?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what the state says you have done to violate the terms and conditions of your probation?
Yes, sir.
You can plead true, but you give up your right to hearing and a right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true to committing domestic battery in the 3rd degree while on probation?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And it's correct that you committed domestic battery while
Yes,
on
sir.
probation? I'm going to revoke your probation. Sentenced to 3 years in the Arkansas Department of Corrections.
Yes, sir.
You're again ordered to pay $200 in cost, a $1,000 fine, a DNA fee of $250, $20 booking fee, $200 in public defender fees. Pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month, beginning within 60 days after your release. Have you made any payments?
No, sir.
Since 16, you haven't made any payments.
I made one payment,
Made
I
one
believe.
payment. Whatever. You may stand aside.
So that's trash.
Jamie Southard, 18371. Come forward, sir. Who is your lawyer, sir?
I don't have one yet.
Okay, are you gonna make application to public defender's office or hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, why don't you?
Probably public defender.
Okay, fill out an application, I'll recall your case.
Okay.
State versus James Foster, 18373. Possession of drug paraphernalia.
Russellville.
He was given August 9 to appear.
Judge, when you say Mr. James Foster, can you tell me the name of the case number?
18-373. I ordered he appear on September 20th, 10 o'clock.
Judge, I'm sorry, we do have a letter from the Quapaw House in Hot Springs that says he's in the inpatient residential program as of August 27th.
Okay?
If we could just leave it as scheduled for now.
What? Do you represent him?
Yes, sir.
I don't think he's been arraigned.
We waived the arraignment, Your Honor, and could not guilty on his behalf.
Very well. It's scheduled for trial. State versus Autumn Spitzer, 18355. Possession of controlled substances. Autumn Spitzer. Bailiff warrants shall issue, bond forfeit, give notice to the surety. Justin Thompson, 18361. Possession of controlled substances. Who's your lawyer, sir?
I've talked to a couple lawyers. I just need about 3 more weeks to get a lawyer, if that's okay, Your Honor.
You appear on September 20th, 10 o'clock, for attorney status.
Thank you, sir.
State versus Christopher Sanders, 16353, 18129.
Judge, Mr. Sanders is with us today. These cases are set for trial in October if you just leave them on. I will say that this case has been newly reassigned to me within the Public Defender's Office. There might be an issue of discovery in one of the cases, but we will get that resolved and have some disposition in October.
Okay.
Judge, also, there's 17342 that I believe was transferred to this court's docket.
Yeah, I don't see that to be taken up today. Very well. I'm free to go.
A couple weeks.
State versus Clayton Killian, 18139. Drug paraphernalia. And
That's-
also 15402.
That's correct, Your Honor, it's a revocation. Judge, I'd asked to have him screened for drug court, spoken with the state, and we think we may be able to reach a resolution for that. And that would wrap up his new case as well as his revocation if he's accepted in the program, Your Honor.
I'll have him appear on September 20th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
Here he goes. State versus Darren Newcomb, 18147.
Your Honor, Mr. Newcomb has two revocations on Judge Webb's docket that are set for hearing on November 29th. If the state has no objection, I'd ask that this case be transferred to Judge Webb's docket in order to reappear on November 29th, and we'll, of course, take the time. And I anticipate we'll resolve those cases on that day.
That agreed.
Yes.
Very well. Where is he at?
Judge, I'm not sure we got notice to him to be here today. He was here last week.
Bobby Nelson, 18149. Bobby Nelson.
Your Honor, does that show Mr. Bayless as being private attorney for Mr. Nelson?
He does.
Your Honor, it was my understanding that Paul had filed a motion to continue. It may not show yet.
He did. He didn't get an order continuing it.
Do you want me to try to get Mr. Nelson here, Your Honor?
No, I just like people to get orders.
I will.
Patricia Kiefer, 18153.
Judge, Ms. Kivers, present. I think we still have labs outstanding in this case. I will visit with the state to see what the status is. I think sometimes they can get a rush on them. I'll visit with them today, but as the case is today, I will just leave as scheduled.
Very well, thank you. State versus Joshua Miller, 18155. Possession of controlled substances. That's Joshua Miller.
And I don't know if he is in DOC, I'll double check.
Okay. A-list warrant shall issue, bond forfeit, give notice to the surety. State versus James Dabney, 18159. Theft of property, cruelty to animals.
Your Honor, Mr. Dabney, I represent him as a conflict case. I had filed a motion to continue earlier in the week. The state had no objection. We have discovery, we have a plea offer. Your Honor, we are not that far from reaching a resolution of this case, but we are not there yet.
Free to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
18163, Timothy Clark. Furnishing crib articles.
Judge, there's no action to take in this matter today. We'll try to resolve it if we can before he leaves. Otherwise, just leave this.
Free to go, sir.
Is there,
State versus Bethany Williams, 18357. Controlled substances. You have a lawyer, ma'am.
I just filled out a public defender form.
Did you do it this morning? Oh, here it is.
I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. Let's see where we're at. If we haven't already, we'll send out a trial schedule to your attorney. Free to go.
Okay, thank you.
State versus Jesse Bryson, 18231. Controlled substances and paraphernalia. A-list warrant shall issue, bond forfeit, give notice to any surety. State versus Joshua Perks, 18372. Possession of drug paraphernalia.
Judge, I believe we're here for arraignment. We'll enter a plea of not guilty. It looks like it'll be a division 4 matter.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty. Let's see. Your next appearance is on November 15th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
State versus Sharon Bennett, 18-380. Theft, forgery.
Not guilty plea for this amendment.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not guilty. Have you reappear before Judge Webb on September 13th at 9:30.
Thank you.